Hey, DC here, anchorman for Bfam News. We are glad to have you here this 21st day of August to talk
Hey
about the
man,
news because the news can't talk about itself. So
Yes.
I'd like to introduce first to my other right, our news correspondent in fashion, Auntie Chris. What up, Auntie?
What's up, baby? I am here. I am excited. It's been a minute, but I am back and I'm better than ever. And I can't wait for these stories because
What do they
they
call
got
that thing on your
on my who? My head
fashion
wrap.
wise? What do they call that thing in your head? What do they call it? Yeah, what's that called?
I'm talking about
Has it got
this
a
is
name on it? Is it
actually
like that?
this is actually just I guess it's like a
Okay.
head wrapping, but mine is actually a bonnet. It's a more fashionable bonnet than the one they be walking around with on their head. So it's
All right.
to preserve my hair
I
in
just
this
see a
heat.
lot of girls bringing it up there and like off to the side. And the first thing I think of, because I'm stupid. Okay, I already know I'm old and stupid.
Come ahead.
Remember the cartoon, the Snorkels or Snorks? Every time I see a black girl with it like that, there, I just think, oh man, the black Snorks. That's so cool. And I'm not trying to be mean. I
Oh no,
love.
I think it's hilarious. Now you're gonna make me want to go make one and put
See,
the snorts on it.
no, it's already there. It's there. I
But
just
I'm
wonder if
saying
it had.
put the
So it doesn't have
snorts
a
around it.
name. It doesn't have a name though. It's just a
It's just a
style.
head. It's just a head wrap. No, it's just a
All
head
right.
wrap. A head scarf.
All right. And below her, we got our political correspondent, Mr. I See What You Doing.
what up, DC? What's going on?
Just being white. All right. And next and last, our other white guy in the panel, our sports reporter, the sheriff. What's up, sheriff?
Yo, what's up, guys? It's the sheriff here from South Central Indiana. We got our full crew here this evening. It's been a great week. The humidity is down. We got Monster Energy.
Not here.
We got B Wellness,
Look at
and I
that.
believe it's time to start the news. DC, let's
Is
rock.
it? Let's do it. Okay. So China, I gotta pull this picture up. I figured the first one we do, we just keep it all of us right here and show the picture. China has opened the first AI hospital with robot doctors and is currently caring for up to 3,000 patients per day.
Wow.
Okay, now let's be real here because I have some friends that are nurses. 90% of the people that go to the hospital can cure their shit at home.
Mhm.
Okay? There's usually only 10% of the people in the hospital. I didn't say the emergency room. I said at the hospitals, people that actually go to the hospital for service instead of the ER. Why can't robots be motherly and be sufficient? So the question here is you went to the hospital, an AI robot doctor walks in and asks you how you were. How do you reply, Auntie?
Okay, so y'all, you want to start with me? My anxiety just kicked in, so I'm not the best person to go with. I'm the one that's afraid of Tesla and their cars. So I'm a pass on the robots because they can't even get the cars to work.
All right, so let me elaborate. I'll come back to you, okay?
Yeah.
Because I'm just saying we used to use this thing a couple, maybe I don't know how many years ago, so I'm not going to quote it. I'm going to say more than 5 years ago, a website called WebMD was invented.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and don't lie and say that all of us have not used it at least once. So basically, this robot comes up to you that has WebMD in it. This motherfucker's not giving you shots. All right, so it walks up to you and it says, like the phone, oh, hello, Mr. Clark. I see you weigh 212 pounds. You are blah, 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 blah. And this is what seems to be the problem today. And you say, man, I've got the sniffle up here. And then the arms come up and they're going to do the same thing the doc does, look in your nose, and they're going to say, we're going to take a sample. Takes a Q-tip just like a doctor, swabs your nose, opens its belly, does it right there. You ain't got to wait. You ain't got to wait. You ain't got to wait them 4 weeks to find out. It just goes in here and it says, oh, it seems you have a minor sinus infection, which you've been told on WebMD. I've used WebMD before and told them about color in my mucus, and they said I have a minor sinus infection. Go get this, and I did it, and it cleared up. What's
Right.
the difference? What's the difference, King?
That motherfucker's made by Elon Musk.
Elon, I'm fighting for you, bro. It's not working.
And
And who has his cause or his identity?
that motherfucker probably got a battery in it that could possibly one day shut down while you're on the operating table, and now you fuck yourself right into heaven or hell, whichever one you're going to. But that's not how that. And
Yeah,
and
but King, look at the picture though. King, look, ain't nobody dying in that line.
If it
So they
said
gonna show you
robot, if it said robot nurse or robot diagnostic or some shit like that, maybe. But that's what clearly say robot doctor. That's what it says right there, robot doctor. So if you let this shit go by, when you're in the operating room on the table and they got the motherfucking arms and shit moving by themselves, shit turn you into mincemeat. And you down at the motherfucking Chinese restaurant, part of the menu. It's the type of shit that happens.
All right, Sheriff, what do you think?
So I have a couple. So it's going to be a 3-part question here. A, can I see a fucking regular doctor? Do I have a choice? And I'm going to assume it's probably no. B, what credentials do you have that you're a doctor? Like you're a robot?
I mean, WebMD is inside there.
Sure.
And I mean, I'm being general about that because WebMD was quite a few years ago. Basically, this robot here has all of the minor problems that most people go to the hospital for embedded in them, and the little test things like the little litmus papers. I have no problem with this thing swabbing my nose, putting it inside there, and telling me instantly that I don't have COVID or I have strep throat. All those little tests the doctor does in that room. I ain't talking about the operating room. I'm talking about the doctor room.
Yeah. So what happens when the robot is swabbing your nose and it accidentally goes all the way through your nasal cavity?
I sue and I become the first guy that was wrong. They got paid.
It's a great idea.
You know what? There's human error too.
True.
What happens if the person there, and this happens all the time because hospitals get sued all the time. What happened to the person swabbing your nose and they get startled when the doctor walks in unexpectedly? Which is the doctor's office. He can walk in whenever the fuck he wants to.
Yeah.
Most time they knock, the polite ones. Okay, but let me get back to part 3. See, Anthony, you didn't have nothing before. I told you I get you to talk.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk.
Hold on. We got one more. So you had one more part, Charles.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, then the third part is who's controlling the robots?
I mean,
there's gotta be some kind of a home base for them. Like where do they go?
WebMD. I just think it's WebMD on crack. If you put all the general bullshit that happens in that doctor's office, look, I'm gonna be honest with you people, okay? I've not been into a doctor's office in over 14 years. I haven't had anything go wrong. I think the last time I was in there, I was 48. But that was because I lost a bet. And I proved that I was healthy. I went back and I was fine. The general things that happen in that room, we can solve at home. I'm proof of it. I go on WebMD. I use it all the time. And now it's even better. You can even send it pictures. Like if you got phlegm, you could, what you're going to do it anyways, don't go ill. Okay? You could do that. You could send the sample to WebMD and they'll tell you what's wrong. They'll tell you where to go down to the pharmacy and get. They'll tell you got to see a doctor. It's only prescribed. I'm just telling you, this is going to be WebMD on crack. So, Auntie, elaborate.
Okay, so I mean, with that, I could probably see them just doing like the vital statistics portion, but I am gonna go on record and say that I have had robotic surgery with lasers when I had cancer. Right. So I did have the surgery, but it wasn't in full control. And my whole thing is what happens if it glitch in the middle of terminal and they fuck around and say terminate. So I mean, I don't know. I'm still, got to make it make sense for me, but
what happens if your gray-haired doctor has a heart attack in the middle of surgery and he fucking sticks the thing straight through your body?
That's true too. That's why I'm kind of.
I'm just saying. If we're gonna do the ifs and ands about it,
right,
I'm gonna take my chances with a robot than a human. That robot has no emotions. It really doesn't care how I feel.
I can agree with that.
That's the way I'm I hate when a doctor walks in and I spent like an hour and a half. I bitch about this every time. The reason why I don't go to the doctor is this. No matter if you go weekly or not, you're still filling paperwork out. And the first thing that motherfucker's going to say when he walks in, what seems to be the problem? Bitch, you didn't read the fucking papers?
Of course not.
That was the last time I was in a doctor's office and they asked me not to come back.
Of course not.
I'm like, what the fuck did I fill all these papers out for if you guys are going to ask me these questions again?
I agree.
Oh, no.
But
then again, I know why now. You know why? Because they charge by the hour.
Yeah.
When you walk in, you on the clock, bitch. As a patient, you on the clock. As soon as you go up there and get that paperwork, they punch you in. You on the clock. Watch your bill.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, fill that paperwork out. Take your time. Get a phone call. And while you're doing it, go ahead. All right. So, political time. Okay. Let me get story number one. What are we talking about today?
First story, man. Talk about the police not trusting the police. The Justice Department is investigating the DC police officials falsified documents for crime data to enlist the National Guard to enforce crime in certain cities. Let's listen in and see.
Justice Department is investigating whether Washington, D.C. police officials falsified crime data. This comes as more states send National Guard troops to the nation's capital. The governor of Tennessee joined 5 other Republican-led states who are sending National Guard soldiers in support of President Trump's crime crackdown. CBS News Justice correspondent Scott McFarland joins us now. And Scott, thanks so much for being here. What do we know about what triggered this investigation into DC's crime data? What exactly is this investigation looking at?
Nancy, that is far from clear. 3 sources familiar with the matter tell CBS News a review has begun inside the Department of Justice and the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Columbia into the D.C. crime data. There have been complaints from the police union that the data is inaccurate. There's been reporting from other sources that there may be some discrepancies in some of the prior year's crime data.
Well, I mean, shit. Come on, man. Let's deal with a butt. My man is literally deploying the United States military to go in and clean up a city that has been similar to any other city in the country that has crime or homeless people in it. So I'm at my mind's boggled to the fact that you would falsify information to be able to enact this thing. But we talking about a man who got 35 felonies as well. So why wouldn't he lie? You feel me?
Sheriff?
You know how you led the story with, the police not trusting the police. It's, very true. We got the National Guard, we got the military policing the police. We've got so-called corrupt police internally falsifying information. And then, you got a POTUS who just thinks he can do whatever the hell he wants. It's wild times. And I'm glad I don't live in DC, first of all, because, man, that's got to be an interesting area to live in right now. They probably have curfews. They probably got some crazy-ass rules that they have to follow. So more power to the people there.
Auntie?
I'm with him. I just feel like it's just another part of their whole agenda, and this is just basically like the test run to see how it is going to work, and if they could take hold of, because Trump started it with them being able to, hit that wall. If once they was able to forge through the White House, now we're gonna have to see what we got to do over here to turn this around. So I truly feel like this is basically a whole testing ground, and we better pay attention, because once he is able to do it in Washington and do it successfully, it's gonna be on a rampage with how quickly it just flows through the other places.
All right, so last week I was in complete support of cleaning up Washington, D.C., because I know Trump has been traveling to all these countries. And if you go to every other country, their main city or their capital city is elaborate. It's the one place that's clean. It's like we were talking earlier on Speak That Shit. If you come to Atlanta and you want sex, you got to stay inside that circle. If you try to get sex outside that 285 circle, you're not going to find it. I'm telling you, I've lived here my whole life. So, not my whole life, but long enough to know that circle has power. Everybody inside Georgia wants everything that sells because you're not going to not have sex in your state. It's got to be in that circle. So I was cool with him cleaning up Washington, D.C. because it should be the capital. It should be what people view in the United States. It should be the cleanest city. Take your home with people, take all your shit and put it somewhere else. I was cool with it. But using the National Guard, bro, do you not know other countries don't like you right now? And you have our National Guard out cleaning up our homeless people? Like, if I'm a foreign country right now, tonight is it's a perfect time to attack this fucker. He's got our military cleaning up his streets. I don't really think that it's quite what Anthony was saying with a pattern. I really think he just wants his property to look the best. I don't think he gives a shit about like whatever state's next door. He don't give a fuck about Vermont. He don't give a shit about nobody in the state except for his. He wants his shit clean. Just like all the Arabs he's going over these other places and kings. They've got these elaborate places. And he's got DC. Crime, grime, and slime. That's the rumor, right? He don't want that. He's trying to clean up his personal backyard. But I'm not down with the National Guard. King, number 2.
Well, I mean, you got to be some kind of president to lay your plan out right in front of people, and they don't realize the plan that's going on. So, and my efforts to continue to be the president, Trump comments on how elections are postponed if America happens to be at war. Let's listen in.
During the war, you can't have elections. So let me just say 3.5 years from now. So you mean if we happen to be in a war with somebody, no more elections? Oh, that's good.
The devil is a liar.
He playing that shit.
You know what? That motherfucker. I'll say it.
Is a genius.
Man. Maybe
you see the way he smiled? I don't think it was planned. You know what? I think he caught somebody. I mean, like when that was a Monopoly look. That's the first thing I thought when I looked at that. I said, that's the look I do when I'm making a deal at Monopoly. And I don't care if we're playing Stitch Monopoly with my 11-year-old granddaughter. If I get you in a deal, that looked like that one. That's how you know it wasn't planned. He caught somebody that said something, and he immediately used it to say, well, I didn't say it. He said it. Right. So like when you guys say, well, he planned this all along. No, I didn't. He said it.
No.
Right.
That's my opinion.
We know in the beginning that we know at this particular thing that the president can literally declare a state of emergency, and he can be the president until he's.
It can be vetoed, though.
Huh?
It can be vetoed, but not if you're at war.
But just like this,
there's no voting if you're at war.
Well, I mean, but you got to consider it. Gulf War, Afghanistan, and all that shit. Them people were still at war when we were still out here electing presidents to move on with our lives.
That just means that presidential campaign didn't know the rules like he knows the rules.
Right.
We already know Trump knows every red line rule.
Oh, he know how to break the law. We know that. We know how to break the law now.
That's what we call them. We call them red line rules. He knows how to break it just enough where he's not going to go to jail.
Yes, sir. I mean, shit, he avoiding jail right now. I ain't never seen nobody
every day. Every day, Sheriff. How do you feel about that? The president, did he set that up, or was that planned? Or
I really think he set this up. He knew he had to have known in advance, especially with him losing the last election. He's been obsessed, like legit obsessed with being in control.
Right.
And he found some kind of loophole, and the loophole is war. If we're at war with Ukraine or Russia or North Korea or Iran, then we won't have elections according to him. And then if we're at war, who can take him out of office? Nobody. Actually,
we could be at war with Greenland. It wouldn't matter anybody, any foreign country.
One person could take him out of office if he passes away. That is the only way he would power would transfer.
I mean, but he's set up so many attempts on his life now. You can't do that anymore. He's a magician.
Something.
You
Like
know,
the time.
and Anthony, what do you think, man? Is Trump setting us up?
I believe yes and no.
Oh, okay.
I
like
believe
it. Split
I
panel.
believe that I believe somewhat he's setting himself up and he's also setting us up as well. So I believe that he is padding himself. And he's again being strategic like a businessman, and that's how he thinks. So
Nice.
he is looking out for himself as well as the few that may trickle upon. But this is a man that basically lives dog eat dog world. So he is making sure that he set himself up, and it's pretty much fuck you. I mean, if you ain't a part of right, it is what it is with him.
Right.
I think the statute of limitations is pretty much over since I worked at Home Depot. It's a pretty long time ago. But we used to get paid to go across the street to Lowe's.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain products, because if you read the deal, it says anything that Lowe's sells will match it.
Match the price.
So, but it has to be the same product. And that's where they get you. Like wood actually has a product name. A 2x4 at Lowe's and a 2x4 at Home Depot,
Right.
they're same just because they look the same, the same size. It has a tag on it with a company name on it. If it's not the same company, it ain't the same product. So all you people, but if it is the same product, they offer 10%. So every morning, and it was biased. The older employees would get paid an hour. One employee would go paid an hour to go on and find out which items match this week. And then each day of the week, one employee would get paid a lunch to go over to Lowe's and see what the price was before they came to work and report in to make sure our prices were always lower. What's the difference between that and what Trump's doing?
That's what I said. Business is business.
Business is business. I'm not going to take a loss because I didn't go over and look.
Right. It's business.
He doesn't like taking L's.
Yeah, he's not taking it. And you know what? As long as he's playing with my money, because I'm a taxpayer, I'm all right for that opinion. I still don't like using the National Guard for cleaning up your homeless people. I mean, don't you have prisoners up there? I mean, there's prisoners everywhere. Can't you just take more work detail out of prison and clean up the area with prisoners? I mean, you're paying them anyways. Make them work. I don't know.
Do your 4 years and go ahead, man.
I mean, there's got to be something safer than damn the National Guard. You know, that's like our last line of defense, and that was gone. Cleaning up your homeless backyard.
It's not. You got to test it first before you declare martial law and shit like that, and send the military in to lock everybody down.
I hope that's not it. That would be bad.
But that's what it is.
I hope it's not. Going here, a special reporter. Parents recently found out. You think you're going to get mad at him? Wait till you get mad at this. Parents recently found out that teachers are using a product that puts your children to sleep and keeps them calm at school. These things are called sleepy stickers and have come under great controversy as parents are now authorizing teachers to use them on their children. Let's listen in on this story. Holy shit.
Anna. She's the one that broke this case open in September when she snuck one of her sleepy stickers out of the classroom.
She kind of pulled up her little shorts and said, "Mom, look, this is my sleeping sticker." And I was like, "The what?"
When Lane's mom, Lisa, saw the sticker, she thought it was strange and asked her daughter about it.
And the teacher gives it to you, where she put it?
On my eye.
And what's it look like?
Sleeping with a moon on it.
Lane's dad says he's known something was wrong since school first started.
They never notified the parents.
So Lisa took matters into her own hands. She reached out to the other parents in Lane's class, sent them pictures of the patch to see if their kids were getting the stickers too.
I showed it to my 4-year-old, and she said, yes, that's the sleepy sticker. And if you read the ingredients on them, it has a lot of, it's just things I've never even heard of.
And they're giving them drugs to make them sleep, to keep them quiet.
Najala Abdullah tells us she noticed changes in her son, who told her he'd been getting the stickers too. She says he'd been crying, stopped eating, and was bringing home lunches that he hadn't touched.
Do you think it could be a crime? Most definitely.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll start right here. Sheriff, you've got the most kids in school today. Thankfully, none of them are at that age, but is it a crime or is it not a crime? By the way, you could buy sleepy stickers at Walmart.
You know, I
It
don't know.
is not a
I don't think
controlled
this.
drug.
I don't think this is a crime, but man, this is a violation of ethics. I mean,
What?
like, why are
Okay.
they should be telling you about this? I would come unglued if this ever happened to my kids, even though it's not a controlled substance. Like, you're doing stuff to my children's body, and they don't even know it. And it'd be one thing if they like, hey, we have this program, blah blah blah, and this is what we do. But if they're just doing it, and not telling them, I think that's real sketchy.
Actually, they are telling him that this is a sleepy stick. They tell him, like, there's one part in that video right there where it says, yeah, that's my sleepy sticker. Like, they know what it's for. I think it's actually, if you're talking about ethics, I think it's actually teaching children how to use a drug in the future to go to sleep. Auntie.
So I actually covered this story when it first had released, and I absolutely would go off. And that is coming as a teacher that has worked. I disagree wholeheartedly with a teacher that is being paid to teach children, putting children to sleep because they don't want to do the job or because the child does not want to go to sleep at nap time. First of all, nap time is actually not a time that all children have to go to sleep. It is a resting time because all children don't go to sleep throughout the daytime. You could be messing up a child, like they said, one was crying. You could be messing up a child's sleep patterns at home. You could be messing with a child's allergies. You could be doing anything. I personally feel that if it was something they felt was right, they would have asked parents prior to just putting them on a child on a sticker. And I know that for me personally, with a 4-year-old that goes to daycare, my daughter would be in jail. Literally.
Miss, I see what you're doing. Let's say you got a child and he come home and said, Dad, man, I slept so good at school today. We got these sleepy time stickers.
I got sleepy time stickers too. That's it. Like shit, everybody fucking going to sleep. That's it. Like we down at the motherfucking school. Everybody going to sleep. Everybody gonna lay the fuck down. You feel me? Like everybody lay down. Put one of these stickers on your skin. Let's see how long it takes for you to go to sleep.
I actually did. When I saw the story, when Auntie broke the story, I actually went down to Walmart and I bought some sleepy stickers. Motherfucker, please, bro. I don't got, if it harms me, great. That was the best sleep I've ever had. And it was just, and I don't have no problem sleeping, but I mean, it was just a peaceful, I don't even know what the smell was, man. You can't read none of it on the back. It's all chemicals and shit, but it was like so chill. So chill. Sports is in the house. Charles, what's up with his first sports story?
All right, guys. Well, the NFL is at it again, and we have a first. We have a new change. The Minnesota Vikings are the first team to adopt male cheerleaders, just like they have in all of NCAA, but this is on a different twist. Let's listen into the story. As you can see, Louis is bringing the heat. So, with this new adaptation, there are 2 male cheerleaders on the Minnesota Vikings cheerleading squad. These are not cheerleaders that are lifting up the women cheerleaders. They are out there with the women. I want to know what your thoughts are on this. And is this a good idea on Minnesota or is this a bad idea?
I'm going to use my opinion to ask Auntie a question before I do my opinion, if that's okay. Yeah. Auntie, I have a question for you. Okay. And I just want you to be honest as a female. I'm the only female on the panel, so I can't ask anybody else.
Okay.
Was the man dancing attractive in any way for you? Like, and when a man is dancing and you find him attractive because he's good looking, he's making all the moves right. In other words, like with a female cheerleader out there, if her tits are bouncing, she's attractive to me. In any shape or form, was that male cheerleader attractive to you?
No.
Okay, I'll make my opinion now. What the fuck is going on? Next.
Inclusion.
No,
Everybody wants to be a
no,
part of stuff.
no. I mean, if you can't, and Auntie, I'm not trying to say you're an easy woman or anything, but you're honest.
Mm-hmm.
I think like the man himself, when he's not dancing, was an attractive male until he started dancing. He
Right.
was trying to dance like a female. He was not trying to dance like a male in any form whatsoever. He was making all of the girl moves, even down to the point when he puts his hands to the side and they jiggle their tits. I saw everything I needed to see. This is not inclusion. This is absolute ridiculousness.
But we talked about this today on my
Auntie,
show.
go ahead.
No, you're perfectly fine because that was the intro because we did discuss this today on Make It Make Sense with Auntie about being a male versus being a man. And I truly feel that there are, and I mean personally, I really don't agree so much with it. I feel like they should have their own dance team or whatever they're gonna do. And I don't feel it should be, and that's for everybody. I don't feel a lot of this stuff should be exploited in front of everybody because that's not a part of being treated the same. So it's like, so I don't agree with it. I don't agree, and I am a part of the LGBT community, and I do not agree with the stuff that is showed because I feel that if it's something that is instilled in you, it's in you. So you ain't got to be out there doing all that to showcase it. So I don't agree with that.
Okay.
Hey man, that law that Trump had passed where he said that transgenders and all that can't participate in motherfucking
I'm with you.
sports.
You know what?
It's not working if somebody's not enforcing it. I mean, obviously you're not enforcing the motherfucker because you run around trying to clean up DC and talk about war to keep yourself from not being president 3 years from now. But I mean, shit. On the lighter note, man, I agree with Auntie. Break the shit down. I mean, if you want to have some male dancers and shit, let them come out. Just a group of male dancers and do their thing. Yeah, I think that's how they do it in the NBA or some shit like that.
In the NCAA, they have their own, but
Right.
they have a role.
Right.
They're not out there with the women.
Right. My man having the time of his life. He was living his
I mean,
dream.
the way the law reads is men or trans men are not allowed to participate in female sports. Is cheerleading a professional sport? Yes, they get paid.
Right.
But
was he out there? It doesn't matter what he is. It is a man. I don't care what he's doing in his bedroom or how he relates when he's trying to use a bathroom. I don't give a shit about that. He's a man trying to do a female sport. That is against the law.
But you know what though? Honestly, truthfully and honestly, I remember being a cheerleader when we was younger, and we did have guys that were on the team, but they would be like spotters and they would be things. So I would think that, but no, this is what I'm saying, right? But I would think that because we see how how they get so passionate when it's about things, that would be something that would be used because it was men in cheerleading, but now they're just no longer being men in cheerleading, and now they're the cheerleaders. So I just think it's too much. I think it's just entirely too much that's being just thrown. I still feel they should just separate them.
If I
Man, what's next? Are we gonna have guys in Hooters outfits?
They have that.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have it.
Go ahead, Mr. I see what you're doing. End it up. We'll go to a second sports story. I can't.
So
do
I
that.
did this here, man. Some stuff should be separate, bro. You can't infect everything, bro. Damn, I mean, is you really trying to stop me from watching football, bro? Because we on that fucking road. You feel me? Hey, we can't have a motherfucking thing by ourselves, man. We can't have nothing. You gonna take football from us? That's fucked up, man.
I mean, Minnesota's already struggling right now for fans. And you didn't get one, you got two.
Y'all got them jerseys out there in the garbage can right now, bro.
All right, man. There's more shit going on. Talk to me. Talk to me, Sheriff. What's this?
All right, guys. So Rob Manfred is at it again. He has this master plan about realigning the entire Major League Baseball, including eliminating the American League and the National League. He has this really, really, really crazy proposal of just a whole realignment. I don't know what I think about this because this is a lot of information he's spewed out. You're messing with the pastime of America. You don't fix it if it's not broken. I don't know. I mean, I'm thankful that he allowed Pete Rose into the Hall of Fame finally, but like this right here is just, it's interesting. I don't know. What do you think, DC?
Well, I'm going to tell you this. He's not getting rid of the American League and National League. That's one thing I do know. He's just dividing it up into 4 divisions instead of 3. The only reason I'm happy about it is because my Atlanta Braves will never lose the Southeast. Because he's talking about making the Braves with the Marlins and the Tampa Bay Rays and the new expansion team coming out of North Carolina. So the Marlins are an expansion team. The Rays are an expansion team. The Carolina team's going to be expansion. And then you got the Braves that have been here since the 1600s. I'm fine with the realignment. I just don't know. I really don't care how many divisions there are. I want to get rid of – I want more constructive playoffs, and I see what he's doing here because playoffs are really done by 4s.
Yeah.
Now you have 4 divisions inside of 2 divisions, so there's not going to be any of these random 1 game wild cards. I see where it's broken up where more teams can play each other. It's a nice round number. I see him adding 2 teams, so I'm all about it.
What do you,
Auntie? What do you think as a lead person? Auntie, who are you? You're a Marlins fan or you're a Rays fan?
I'm Rays.
And that puts him in.
It don't matter. We're beating both those teams. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Rays. I'm a Rays fan all day.
I mean, yeah, you'd be in the American League Southeast, which the Braves have been in the American League before. Back when we were in Milwaukee, so it's no big deal. King, what are you feeling?
I mean, shit, honestly, man, I don't really get into baseball like that. Shit just too long for me to watch.
I like it.
It's a shorter game now, though.
But I mean,
I love it.
I've always I spent so much time in Atlanta, man. I mean, shit, I'm if I had to choose a team, I'm a Braves fan. I just love everything about it. Turn all the way back from Turner Field and shit. You can come around 85 and see that goddamn field and know it's about to go down. You feel me? So,
I will say though, the divisions do make sense.
They don't make sense for the AL South because, like he said, everybody's screwed in that motherfucker, man.
I mean, there are 3 divisions that don't make sense to me. Okay, the American League Northeast. Why do you have all those powerhouse teams up there?
Yeah,
you have the Yankees, the Mets, the Red Sox, and the Phillies.
That's gonna be a tough fucking.
I mean, you got to know you play inside your division at least 3 times a year.
Yeah.
So there's only one team coming out. In other words, if there's a wild card system, everything's coming out of the Northeast.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the Southeast, at least for the first 5 to 10 years, there's no way with the way the franchises are set up because the Marlins and the Tampa Bay Rays are 2 small market teams. And we've tried to expand to Carolina before. They couldn't even afford to get a team started. So I don't know how he's got them on here now, but it's going to be another small market team. You can't put 3 small market teams in there with the Atlanta Braves. That's just
Portland, though. That's weird.
I mean, and then the other division is the Dodgers. The Dodgers, the Padres, the Angels, and the D-backs.
Crazy.
That's an interesting one because you got both teams in Los Angeles in the same one.
Yeah.
And actually, you have 3 teams in California, and then you have Arizona.
Why didn't they just call it the National League California? Really? Yeah.
Then Northwest.
Cal.
Francisco, is that the Giants and the A's?
Well, I mean, look what you did though. You put look at the Southwest and the Northwest. And I'm not trying to cap on nobody's team, okay? But your shittier West Coast teams are all together, and your good West Coast teams are all at the top. The ones that have playoff experience are all together. Why don't you split that up?
Right.
Like, why don't you put it 2 and 2, like the Southwest and the Northeast?
Right.
You could, like, why not put the Yankees and the Mets with the Marlins and the Rays, and then put the Braves and the Carolina with the Red Sox and the Phillies? The teams are too one-sided, those 3 teams.
I mean, you don't have to have a Northeast and Southeast. You just do something Northeast. Yeah.
I mean, I do like the 8 divisions because it makes sense when the playoffs come. It's time to talk about our sponsor. We really appreciate them down at Wild Bee Wellness.
Pain? Do tension, headaches, and stress follow you everywhere? At Wild Bee Wellness, we specialize in results-driven massage therapy that's more than just relaxation. It's real relief. With certified neuromuscular therapy, we target the root of your pain. Most clients see up to 90% improvement within 3 to 5 sessions. Because massage isn't just a luxury, it's self-care and healthcare. Whether you're an athlete, a busy professional, or simply tired of managing your pain on your own, it's time to take your wellness seriously. Book your first session today and receive 10% off as a new client using code BFAM10. Visit www.wellbewellness.com or call us at 678-517-7178. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Wild Bee Wellness. Wild Bee Wellness, located near downtown Smyrna. Be not free. Find relief. Feel renewed.
Again, that is Wild Bee Wellness, 678-517-7178, www.wildbeewellness.com. Use the code BFAM10. And
what's up, y'all? This is your girl, Auntie, and I have a couple of stories for you tonight. So we're going to start off. Could you just imagine waking up and your fur baby is gone? And if we know people, fur babies are literally their babies. But we're going to go to California where this actually happened. There was, and the only thing that bothered me with this story was because once the dog was missing, the only way to get your fur baby back was actually paying a ransom. And you heard me say that correctly. There was a ransom. So there's a story that happened in California with our a puppy by the name of Minpoo, which is a rescue French bulldog and the beloved mascot of an amazing small animal place. So it was like at a veterinary clinic. A family member was actually watching Minpoo and he escaped. Well, the story took on some drastic turns, and by the end, the family was actually paying a ransom. DC, you can go ahead and play that video for us.
Yesterday, a lost French bulldog has been reunited with its family at a local animal hospital, but only after the rightful owners had to pay a ransom. And Eyewitness News reporter Nico Gazori has more on the reunion and the warning from Animal Hospital.
Yeah, David, this story, it's just wild, and it definitely has a lot of twists and turns. This French bulldog is now reunited with its owners after a disturbing string of events involving scammers looking to profit from the dog's return. Minpoo, a rescued French bulldog, one of the mascots of Amazing Small Animal Practice, was being watched by a staff member's family on Sunday when the dog escaped through an open window. Later that day, a post on the Citizen app showed a picture of Minpoo posted by a neighbor saying they found him. But when the family arrived to pick him up, they say the dog had already been handed over to someone else.
That was like somebody who took one of our children here. We couldn't even work. We didn't sleep. It was like 2 days of hell here.
In the days that followed, the practice received countless calls from scammers trying to cash in on the reward money. Some called claiming to have Minpoo. The practice set up a location to meet the callers, but they never showed. The callers' demands were clear: money first, then the dog. But everything changed on Wednesday.
Yesterday we got a call and they said they had our dog, and we said, well, the first thing was describe there's something special about the dog, and they said there was a heart tattoo on the belly, which nobody knew except the staff here. And we said that we wanted to give us the dog back. They said only if the police are not involved.
The practice told the callers to drop off the dog at the nearest animal hospital, where a microchip scan would confirm the dog's identity. The scammers managed to get the family to pay them $5,000 through Venmo, but Beverly says it was worth it for the sweet reunion.
All right. So, right. And I know that most of us are pet owners. So how would you feel? And I know, especially with children, you wake up, your puppy's gone or your dog is gone, and somebody tells you, like, literally, you can only pay this ransom to get them back. Don't involve the police. Pay me through Venmo in order to get your puppy back.
Sheriff.
You know, I recently just had to put down one of my dogs. So this would be hard. It would be hard not to pay it. But, well, you know, what if you don't have that money? You know, $5,000 is a lot of money. I don't care how rich you are. And if you're just a normal, average, everyday Joe like me, I don't have $5,000 just chilling in my safe. It would be tough. I would, you know, I guess a GoFundMe or whatever you would have to start to try to help bring that dog home. I'm glad the dog was not harmed and they were able to reunite. So it did have a happy ending.
PSA to rich people. PSA to rich people. What was the dog's name again? Because it has its own TikTok page. Doesn't matter. Okay? The dog had its own TikTok page.
Right.
On said TikTok page, you're walking a dog around your rich fucking yard. Okay? And I'm not condoning that your dog got kidnapped, all right? Because technically your dog didn't get kidnapped. Your dog got bad leadership at whoever gave your dog to the wrong owner because it knew it had a heart-shaped thing. Everybody knows it has a heart-shaped thing on there. Look at I knew it. The TikTok. As soon as I looked at the name, the dog has its own TikTok, not the owner's dog. So I have a PSA to rich people. If you don't want people taking your shit, quit putting it on TikTok. I'm just saying. I'm not condoning thievery, but if you put it out there that you're rich and this dog is the love of your family's life, and all of a sudden I see this dog down at the clinic and I might look a little bit like you, and all I got to do is go down there and tell it's got a heart-shaped thing on his belly, and I sign papers that I'm out, you deserve to pay the $5,000. Sue that company, the one that had negligence and gave your dog up. King.
I can tell you right now what's going to happen with that. I'm gonna tell you what it shot. I'm gonna send you shot records, and I'm gonna tell you what kind of food he eat. Because I'm talking about for $5,000. See, you can have a men pool and the sister and the brother if I got them help, because I'm not paying to get no fucking dog back. Listen, I don't care how much I love them now. Shit, I ain't paying to get no dog back. That's just I'm not paying to get no dog back, bro. Y'all can have men pool. You feel me? I'm gonna open up me some something to drink, and I'm poor men pool, boy. I hope he over there with a good family, because that's what the fuck will happen on mine.
Hey, it seems like this side over here is the more realistic side than I mean, not that I don't love pets, but I don't understand why you're mad at these thieves and not mad at the company that gave your dog back. Your dog was down getting fixed or something, and somebody walks in and says, well, it's got a heart-shaped thing on its belly, and nobody knows this but the clerks. Dude, I knew it in the second video. In the second video, he's laying on his belly like this, and they're scratching it, and they go, oh, look, he's got a heart. And the kid goes like this, my heart around your heart. And I'm like, are you serious? I'm surprised they only asked for $5,000. I'd ask for more, being honest, because they're rich. They're super rich. Anthony, you want to say anything else for the next one?
No,
some rich people fuck up.
But it's apparently it's a trend, because we had another dog that was kidnapped here in Florida, and they were requesting a $3,500 ransom for that dog because it was a show dog. So all I'm gonna say is watch all dogs. protect them. Like if
Well,
if
hold
they
on.
your kid,
That's different, though. That's different, though, Auntie. That's like if these people would have went to their house and kidnapped the dog property, I'm down with you. These people
but
went and
okay.
kidnapped the dog, a place of business that the family left the dog at to
Well,
be
no. The
treated,
dog is a
and
mascot
somebody
there.
walked in there.
I'm from
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Either way, but I know you signed your dog away.
Right.
I
I
mean,
feel
why
what
aren't
you're
we
saying.
bitching at that business?
I
Yeah.
feel
Okay,
what
my
you're
bad.
saying.
I
I'm in
got a
bitch mode.
challenge. I got a challenge
I'm
for you
bitch
if you're
mode.
watching right now, man. I'll put my dog out front right now. I can't get him.
I'm so sick of this.
He said, fuck them dogs, man. I'm tired of feeding this bitch. Come get it. Andy, story number 2.
All right, so yeah, we smile, but this one here is gonna be. This one here was a tearjerker. Here's the chilling. It's a true crime breakdown of a case that's going on right now in Georgia. It is the Nicole Austin case, murder, fire, and a stolen identity. So this young lady is Nicole Austin. She was 24 from Manhattan. The suspect that we're going to discuss is Angel Marie Thompson, her girlfriend. So just recently, Angel Marie Thompson was arrested for the murder of Miss Nicole Austin from 2007. So there was actually a burning body found in a bag. DNA testing has just been able to literally identify her within the last 2 years, and they actually arrested the ex-girlfriend. But I'm gonna have y'all watch this video because what she did and then continued to do for the last 18 years was mind-boggling to me. So DC, can you go to the video, please?
Seven arrests in a cold case dating back nearly 2 decades.
Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis announcing murder charges today in the gruesome killing of 24-year-old Nicole Alston. Atlanta News First reporter Adam Murphy live outside the Fulton County DA's office in downtown Atlanta.
Investigators said Nicole Alston's body was found on the side of the road in a burning bag back in 2007. Her remains were not identified until 2024.
This is a picture of the defendant.
Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis announced the arrest of Angel Thompson in connection with the 2007 murder of 24-year-old Nicole Alston.
We are going to take our time so that we put together an indictment correctly, but it will involve human trafficking as well as this murder, because we believe that this victim was trafficked prior to her murder.
According to the arrest affidavit, Thompson and Alston moved from New York to Georgia 18 years ago. They lived together at the Genesis Gardens Apartments in Palmetto. It was here that investigators say Thompson brutally murdered Alston, dismembered her body, and dumped it on the side of the road in Troup County.
It's beyond the pale of what it took to do this. It took a true sociopath to do what happened here.
Investigators said it took many years of police work and high-tech DNA testing to identify Alston, and then begin to track down who they believe was her killer.
The reason that they were not able to identify her is because until this day, we still have not been able to find her hands, her feet, or her head.
Upon further investigation, detectives said they discovered that Thompson used Alston's identity after the murder to receive nearly $140,000 in government benefits for 8 years.
Continue to open email accounts, to continue to open bank accounts in the victim's name, to continue communication with SSI and HUD housing to receive those benefits. It's astounding that she was able to do what she did for how long she did it.
Alston's mother, Sylvia, said her daughter had dyslexia and was dependent on others, which could explain why she...
Okay. Wow. So listen, I told y'all this one was one that when it came to me, I was like, what in the hell? 18 years, your family member, a burning body just found, and 18 years for them to identify that it was actually the person that your child was supposed to love, and they have been living as your child.
It's
King.
Okay, so
King.
So much shit to unpack. So many questions, but let's just get into it. First of all, 18 years, and I mean, an investigation that take that fucking long. The parents, they couldn't identify the kid. They didn't say they dental records and none of that shit because the head and everything was gone. But I'm talking about you haven't heard from your child in 18 years, and you have not raised a fucking, you have not made a fucking sound or a noise about your child being missing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to blame nobody, but what I'm saying is, damn, bro, this lady's still running around, and you know it's her that your child last with. You have not pointed a finger or raised a fucking, rung a bell outside the fucking door, set a fucking fire around this bitch for 18 motherfucking years. I'm lost.
All right. My quick opinion is going to be, and nothing against the whole case. Shame on you, SSI. I'm telling you that right now because I get disability, and for you not to require a person that's on government assistance, and I heard 3 programs.
Exactly.
It was kind of a little bit airy, but I know I heard HUD housing and I know I heard government assistance for your, and this is the bad thing about the government. The reason why they're painting it so bad against this girl and how evil and nasty she is because y'all fucked up. There's 18 years of paperwork that you have that's falsely falsified because you never called this person into the office in 18 years. That's just what I'm getting out of it. Sheriff, quick comment.
You know, I totally agree because they enabled her technically. I mean, in a roundabout way, they enabled it. But like, how for 18 years you had the identity of another person, and you're the reason why I still get my damn ID in the mail because of people like that. You know, shame on her for doing what she did to that poor woman. That poor woman probably didn't even deserve that. It's a damn shame.
We're gonna close out real quick. We only got 3 minutes left here. I'm gonna close out with this video. And parents, we need to do a little better with watching our children. Let's look on this story as we will meet an 8-year-old boy who is going to drive 1.5 miles with his little sister. That's right. I said 8-year-old boy driving with his little sister to McDonald's to get a cheeseburger. Listen in on this video right here.
Yeah.
Radio Sunday night of a kid driving a vehicle. He pulled into the town's only McDonald's and talked with an 8-year-old boy still behind the wheel.
You know, what are you doing? And he said, me and my sister really wanted a cheeseburger.
The boy had stood on his tiptoes to get the keys and took his 4-year-old sister with him on the food run. Patrolman Kohler still had some questions.
So then I asked him how he learned how to drive, and he said he looked up YouTube videos on how to drive.
The child started on East Martin Street, made one right turn, and went through 4 intersections. He didn't hit a thing, even obeyed every traffic signal, stopping for red lights and waiting until they turned green. The entire route was 1.5 miles.
And whenever he pulled up to the first window, the employees actually thought that they were being pranked.
The parents were not in the back of the van. They were at home. The vehicle was surrounded by adults in the McDonald's parking lot, and the boy was crying when Patrolman Kohler started talking to him, realizing he might be in trouble.
Auntie, how does your 8- and 4-year-old get out of the house with the car keys?
That was my first call, but that's some privilege. I'm just gonna say that. Because I know a couple children that walked out the house and made it to the road, and their parents got DCF cases right now. They was not glorified.
100%.
So yeah, but I will commend little man. I don't agree with what he did, but shout out to him for looking out for little sis. So apparently they was hungry, and the parents, as we see, are unfit. So he went and did what they didn't do. He went and fed them. Most likely they was probably in there playing a video game or stone. But hey,
Sheriff.
Wow. I mean, kudos to him. That's all I got to say. But, you know, shame on the parents.
Oh, Mr. I see what you're doing. Wrap it up, buddy.
Hey, listen. As soon as I get off here, I'm going to McDonald's to get me a motherfucking cheeseburger. But I got to see. I got to see what all the motherfucking hype is about. The 8-year-old left the house and drove 1.5 miles to get a cheeseburger. Shit. I haven't given McDonald's a motherfucking fair chance. You feel me? I cut them off a long time ago, but I might need to double back and see what that cheeseburger is about.
Let's see what that about.
Yeah, you know, and we all know Auntie worked the Burger King. I wonder, Auntie, a 7-year-old drives up. Are you immediately thinking you're being pranked, or do you really
Hell
think?
no, I work in the ghetto. Nope, I work in the hood. Nope.
So
I'm not in Tampa, Florida. I done seen some 10, 11, yeah. So I can't say that. I'm not, absolutely not. Nope, I'm not surprised.
All right. Hey, wait a minute. Allegedly, we allegedly see some shit. We're not responsible. Check us out next week, 11 o'clock. Allegedly.
Yes, sir.